Really rock with your boy. There you are. Welcome back. And if you're new around here, I'm Jet Ski Chuck. We dive in all types of mysterious videos, strange TikToks, creepy, disturbing videos, all that. And we just try to come up to the conclusions for ourselves and separate fact from fiction, because it's all types of crazy things that cannot be explained on the internet nowadays. With that being said, this is Dark Waters 9. Let's dive in. Man was being watched by a robotic pigeon at his window.
Man, just imagine you chilling, looking out the window, then this happen. Then the bird do some crazy shit like this. You don't know what to do. Spine or just trying to attack you, but on photo grave. Shit is crazy, y'all. What?
This has to be AI. I think it's feathers kind of shift a little bit. You can kind of see the white shift as the robot big motion transforms. But I think they do have something. I think they do have stuff, technology out like this. They just aren't making it that obvious. We have a classified hybrid lion footage from Russian lab. More footage from Russia. That thing definitely didn't sound natural. What is it mixed with? A bear, a Rottweiler, and a lion?
Okay, here's 4 years of therapy in 1 minute. You really do become what you think. If you feed your mind trash, you're gonna feel like trash. Emotions, they're not problems, they're signals. Fear shows you limitation. Anger tells you what boundaries got crossed and what needs worked on. Anxiety means that you're stuck in the future, and if you're depressed, it's because you're stuck in the past. It's a reminder to come back to the present. Motivation won't change your life, but habits will. When you change your habits, everything shifts. Your past, that's a chapter, not your whole story. Learn from it, but don't live there. When someone triggers you, pause, because that's a mirror showing you what's still unhealed inside of you. Control is a total illusion. The only real power that you have in this is you and your choices. And at the end of the day, it's very simple. Your thoughts shape your habits, and those build you. And your choices define you. Love you guys. Peace out.
I honestly needed to hear that. An upside down photo of a shark. The great white shark has no natural enemies except for orcas. They typically attack from below or try to flip it upside down to induce a coma-like state before tearing open the shark's belly to devour its liver. Do you think this inverted face is meant to scare off the orcas? You know who it looks like? It looks like that little demon on Nightmare Before Christmas. Fire Marshal Bill, let me show you something. Yeah, this dude. Look at that. Look at this dude on the left. There's 3 of them. But look at the one right above me. And look at this. Look at this. Now, this. You see it? Crazy, huh?
In modern Jewish history, and it begins with 3 words. Dear Lord Rothschild.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you, on behalf of His Majesty's government, the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the Cabinet.
Why was it that this letter was sent by the Foreign Secretary to your great-uncle Walter?
It's an interesting question because it was primarily a movement from Eastern Europe, but they didn't clarify who was in charge of that movement. And in addition, it was after all in Great Britain. So they felt that the Rothschild family should be the one to whom it was addressed. And Walter was Lord Rothschild, and he was a Zionist. With favour the establishment of Palestine as a national home for the Jewish people, and will use their best endeavours to facilitate the achievement of this object. It being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine, or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country.
It's the Balfour Declaration. What do you feel when you see it here?
I genuinely feel it's one of the most extraordinary moments in
modern.
It hosted Masonic gatherings. This door is embedded in there. They even cemented this. Why? Just rolling right up.
I think it was called the Grand Lodge, because it's like an important one.
There's gotta be some way in around here. Well, this would have been a way in. They cemented it. See, if Dan could fit in here, I'm good.
Oh. Watch out, there's glass in the top of this slab. Okay. How the heck did you get in here? That one.
It looks like we're starting this off right in the dining hall. Or, I'm assuming. I just love it too, because it's posted right up. Still, it could have been in for 100 years sitting there for all we know. You know, you got the gold trim up there on the side. I mean, they probably did some serious meetings here back in the day.
The Freemasons.
Meetings? Probably some rituals on some, what was that show called? With, Iron Man, the guy that played Aaron, some Sherlock Holmes stuff, you know?
Didn't own it, but they rented it out. But they rented it out over such a vast amount of years. It was quite a prestigious lodge, they call them. They actually developed rooms upstairs. They had their own workforce come in and plaster paint the rooms with the symbols on the wall.
As you walk in here, it's a very cool blue. I'm getting French vibes here. It's really cool to see everything here. Let's go upstairs now. Dan said that the second floor has like some Freemason symbols and some stuff. And it's super tall. Look at this. This is what we don't have in the USA. And this is what takes a lot of time and money to make and create, is this kind of stuff.
A lot of us think that we don't really know who made this, but this someone could have easily made. But like the old world buildings, it remains a mystery.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Now, right here is scary. This wants to sink in. This must have been a really cool fireplace. But back here, what I wanted to say, it's all French architecture and chateau art. Because this door is embedded in there, very seamless to go into another room.
It's a hidden door. And he's about to go inside?
It's one of the Freemason rooms.
But Freemason, how you know?
The symbols over there.
Where is it? Oh, right. Yeah, literally, huh? Look at that. It's all these little things that make it cool. This is for the servant's side.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
What is it?
Oh, right. See, I was thinking like a whole stage.
This was it.
Dang, this is the meeting room, huh?
Yeah.
That's where they put like
That stage.
yeah.
You know, symbols on here.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. We can just kind of peep in and make sure if there's people here or what they're. This obviously was the meeting section, or like maybe when like they level people up too, like announce like, oh, you're this now, right?
Yeah, Grandel.
You've been promoted to the grand jester.
Yeah, that's it. Level up. You know, play a lot of games. It's the paint. It's all bright orange and yellow. They had another piano in that corner. This section had, you know, more Freemason symbols right here.
Why am I getting what's that Squid Games vibes? Kind of getting Squid Game vibes with all these bright colors, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What?
Yeah. It's had a proper, and it had inside here one of them glass pieces where you can see out, but you can't see in.
Oh, this room's closed over here though. Completely closed. We can't even see it on your face. Dang, let's. Whatever that is, that's it. Whatever that means. Just in case I'm checking it. Oh, all right. Look at this room. See, I would have missed
How many rooms are in this place? Like, I've counted at least 10. I want to see the outside. Like, how big is it?
it if I didn't come up here. Man, a real good stage. Dang, look at that carpet. This looks like they level you up here. They even cemented this. Why? What's up with that?
We need to see what's behind door number 1.
And that. Where do those go?
Exactly, door number 1 and door number 2. Drop your thoughts below. What's behind those doors?
We'll never know. But that's strange. This side's all empty. But yeah, wow, this is a cool room. Alright, explorers, we are done here at Wooten Hall. I thought this place was super sick. You got the paintings, you got the spooky Freemason stuff going on, and you got the sick outside and some funny bits in it. It hosted Masonic gatherings.
Oh, there it was. Huge shout out to Exploring with Josh for showing out this Masonic mansion in Liverpool, UK. If you thought I wasn't going to give you another excellent specimen today, think again. I want you all to feast your eyes on this extraordinary epidite crystal cluster on Matrix. Truly astonishing. I want to hear those names. Drop those names in the comments below. What would you name this? If I had to name this specimen, I would call it the petrified mini tree stump. Because, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go with it. You know, the forest green is definitely screaming at me. So I feel like that has to be utilized.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the is that?
It's like it's Russian, I believe. I guess it's a storm strider, but on closer investigation, there's nothing there when we pull it up on Google's Earth. Nice try. How to turn on and off my Detroit shower.
You cut the shower wrong. You cut the shower wrong. I get it back. Boom. The shower is turned off.
You know, always be grateful for what you got, because I guarantee you there's somebody wishing they had exactly what you have right now. Astonishing moment, mysterious green UFO streaks over Moscow. Wow, this thing is bright. If it didn't disperse in the air, you almost could go to where it's about to land at. What is it?
Look at this shit. What the f?
Man, what is that?
Why ain't that in my life, boy?
Is it falling?
Bro, that ain't no normal shit.
But is it falling?
No. Bro, they blinking.
This is definitely not normal. It's almost like it's a ship almost. Like, you want to say it's a comet. Oh, that's a comet, you know, but as you can see, it's blinking. This one in the back, blinking. Almost like they're going somewhere. And look, almost like they were burning through the atmosphere, maybe? Charging ether? It's like we've been on like a meteor shower spree. We got another one. But this one was seen from an airplane. Let's see if this adds a whole new dynamic or what. Did they just appear out of thin air or? Interesting.
See, my surrogate mother was Viola Armstrong. She had a son named Neil.
Oh, really?
As you know, the story goes, he went down to Antarctica, had a heart attack, stroke combo, and came back. And then there was stuff on the internet. And finally I had to look at Buzz and ask him, Buzz, what happened down there, Bud? Buzz did say one thing, and it just stuck in my head. It's the way he said it. He just said, we thought out things we shouldn't. And if Buzz saw something, and I don't know what it was, but it was enough to give the man a heart attack. So if there are beings down there, I would think these beings never planned on us. They've been there, they came in millions of years ago. They've been under ice for millions of years. I don't think they were expecting us.
Let me ask the thing about Buzz Aldrin, that there was this very cryptic tweet that came out during his stay down there. He said, "We have seen the faces of evil and we're all in danger." Right. And this is right before he had his heart attack. And I can tell you, logistically, to do a medical evacuation from the interior of Antarctica is very difficult and very expensive. So something must have majorly gone wrong.
To underscore the fact that when the C-130 crew had dropped them off, they disappeared. And then when they went to try to find them, there was nothing at the National Science Foundation camp at all. Nothing.
They were
moving.
gone.
They were
dozen
totally
scientists.
gone. And when they did show up, they had been missing for a couple of weeks. And Brian S. and the C-130 flight crew were then sent back. And they were expecting that they would see this group of scientists out to meet their plane, doing this, yelling something. And he said they were lined up like birds on a wire. They were all kind of next to each other, and most of them had their heads down, looking at their feet when the C-130 was pulling up. And that somebody had to go from the flight crew over to the scientists and direct them to get onto the plane. And they talked about how not one single scientist said one word. Most of them walked with their looking down at the ground. Brian said when they got them loaded up, he said to his flight chief, "What in the world? Where have they been?" And the flight chief said, "I don't know. We can't get a word out of them." And during the flight, Brian went and sat down next to one of the scientists, and he said he leaned over and touched the scientist's knee, and the man never looked up. And he said, it was as if we were dealing with 12 or 15 people who had suffered post-traumatic shock syndrome, that they were unnaturally frozen in their position and no speaking, and that they all looked afraid. That one of the SEALs that I have talked to that is not in the video said that as they walked for a mile or 2 miles into these very strange created architectures, they reached a point where something started coming through the walls out into the air. At first, it would go in and out of visibility, and then they realized that their minds were being manipulated. And then when they could see it clearly, and it was coming in and out like a television signal in the air, it appeared to be covered with scales, like an armadillo, the surface of an armadillo. And he said, when you are face to face with something like that, and you are trained in military to kill, but you're dealing with something you've never seen, and it can go in and out of visibility, and you know that your mind is being taken over by something that you are fighting. He said that happened in one of those corridors, and that was 2012.
You know, too many people are saying there's beings over there out in Antarctica. What are they hiding? How many creatures are there?
What if ancient civilizations were not just building monuments, they were building gateways? Hidden in the mountains of Peru, there is a mysterious stone doorway carved into solid rock. Locals call it Puerta de Hayu Marca, the Gate of the Gods. It does not lead to a room. It does not lead to a temple. It leads to nothing. A doorway to nowhere. But here is where the story becomes impossible to ignore. Legends say this was not a doorway for people to enter. It was a doorway for beings to arrive from another world. The Incas spoke of gods who traveled by shimmering portals of light, and this site was believed to activate when a golden disc was placed into its center recess. A key, a frequency, a device. Tourists and researchers report strange effects near the structure. Electronics malfunction, compasses spin, and some say they hear whispers carried on the wind as if calling from the other side. In 1996, hikers claimed they saw a blue glow appear in the doorway before vanishing without a trace. The official explanation, optical illusion, the unofficial testimony, something walked through it, and here is the part that history cannot explain. Identical gates appear across the world, in Egypt, in India, in Sumerian ruins, even carved into remote desert canyons of the American Southwest. Different cultures, different continents, same design, same purpose, not tombs, not temples, technology. If ancient civilizations believed the gods traveled through portals, what if the gods were not myths? What if they were visitors? And these doorways are the leftover infrastructure of a forgotten transportation network.
When it comes to stargates, yeah, I do think they were accessible at one point. How and what type of technology did they use remains the mystery. That's all we have for today's video. If you made it this far, the code word is secret room. Drop secret room in the comments below. When you do that, that lets me know you're a real one. You made it all the way through the video and you really rock with your boy. You really rock with your boy. And I just want to say thank you. I'm getting used to my new setup, you know, trying to get things set up. And yeah, I just want to say thank you guys for everything. I love you. And until next time, see you later.